Can a tract home be chic? I'm going to explore this question in today's video. Welcome back to the Daily Connoisseur. My name is Jennifer and I am the author of the Madame Chic series, as well as Connoisseur Kids. In today's video, I'm going to explore whether or not a tract home can actually be chic. If you live outside of America, you might be wondering what on earth a tract home is. So here is the definition. Tract housing, also known in the United States and Canada as cookie cutter housing, is a type of housing development in which multiple similar homes are built on a tract of land that is subdivided into individual small lots. So that is the official definition of a tract home. If you live in a suburban town in America, likely you will live in a tract home. It's just a very popular way for the cities to put up housing. I live in a tract home. This is the first time I've lived in one as an adult. We've lived in two other homes together, Ben and I, and those were not tract homes. Those were original homes and a townhome in Santa Monica and Los Angeles. But when we moved to the suburbs, we moved into a tract home. And it kind of threw me for a loop as far as decorating goes. And I thought that this would be a good video because a lot of us do live in tract homes, right? And can they be chic? My answer is yes, they can. So in today's video, I'm going to share my thoughts on this and how you can customize your tract home to make it chic and make it express your individual style. So let's talk about the benefits to living in a tract home. The first benefit that comes to mind is that it's extremely convenient. It's got all the modern conveniences. I have a giant pantry, a laundry room, a linen closet. I have lots of storage and cupboards. And this is something that I've never had before. So in my previous homes, there was limited storage and I did not have dedicated rooms for the pantry, the linen closet, or the laundry room. So we would have our laundry in our garage in our last place, and the other one was in a tiny little closet. So it is just glorious to have these rooms, and I appreciate them every day of my life. So a great benefit to living in a tract home is that it is designed for the modern family and with all of these wonderful conveniences. And another pro to living in a tract home is that it usually has a nice open floor plan, which many people do like. It's just a nice open bright space usually, not tiny rooms which are darker. Now I actually don't prefer the open floor plan. I like Victorian homes. That's my dream, my ideal. So those are sectioned off rooms. Okay, so you don't have that in a tract home, but most people actually look at that as a pro, which could be a good thing. Another pro is that they tend to be larger and you might have more space. We live in a large home and we all have our own rooms. I mean, how amazing is that? So I'm totally grateful for that. Love the large house. Another pro is that your home typically doesn't have custom features, so if you break a window, you're probably going to easily be able to replace it. It's not going to be something custom that you'll have to order most of the time. If there's something, an appliance or something that breaks, it'll be pretty easy to fix. And a final pro is that normally you are close to your neighbors, which can also be a bad thing, but there is safety in numbers, so you're not isolated, you're not alone usually, and you are around a community of people. They're also very family friendly. My children have friends up and down the street that they play with, and I do too. So it's actually very nice as a community aspect to live in a tract home. Okay, let's talk about the cons of living in a tract home. The first con is that there is no originality usually, unless, you know, maybe some of the newer ones they're building, they put some originality in, but usually everything is just very basic, very generic. There are no architectural touches to speak of, and that can be very soul-crushing to somebody who loves old houses and architecture and little details. So that is hard, especially from a decorating standpoint. Another con is that everything, like I said, is generic and there's nothing unique. A lot of other houses are exactly like yours. So generally in a tract housing unit, there'll be maybe 2 or 3 or 4 different styles of homes. And so yours is just one of those 4. And so maybe every 4th house is exactly like yours, which is kind of strange if you think about it. Another con is that they can be awkward to decorate because of this open floor plan. So sometimes when you have sectioned off rooms, it's actually easier to decorate them. you have the space, you know what you're doing, but when everything is open, you have to come up with the arrangements for the furniture to section off the rooms, you know, the living room from the kitchen and so on and so forth. And I would say the final con is that you have to get really creative with decorating. If you live in a Victorian house, you know, you just go with Victorian furniture, Victorian features. If you're renovating or redoing a room, you can go with a Victorian style. Same with a craftsman home or even a modern home. But with tract housing, because they are usually so generic, you really have to decide, okay, what am I going to go for here? And does it go with the style of home? So those are all of the pros and the cons. I personally am happy in our home. One day I long to live in a Victorian house, and that would be a dream of mine to redo one. So we'll see, maybe one day. But right now I don't live in one. So I believe the key to decorating a tract home to make it chic and original is to not go where everybody else goes. So a lot of people go to those giant, you know, the box chain stores, and it's okay to go there for sure to get little things, but don't get everything from there. You really have to be original and think outside of the box with regard to how you decorate. So you could definitely mix it up, but I like to decorate with antique paintings that I get on eBay, antique furniture, special unique things that no one's going to find. So that will help bring the custom aspect into your home. I can leave some of my favorite eBay stores down below for you. You're also going to want to use paint, wallpaper, unique furniture, even throw pillows, throw blankets, lots of plants and this type of thing to help decorate your space, rugs, and to just really take it to the place that you want to go. So this isn't really about one particular style. Everyone has their own style. This is like with the 10-item wardrobe, right? You just have to go with your style and really accessorize the home in that sense and try to be as original as possible. A final tip is to create a beautiful ambiance in your home with music. You could do this with candles. You could do it with books everywhere and lighting. Remember, your atmosphere sets your affections. So don't be afraid to create a beautiful atmosphere in your own home. This also gives it a custom aspect and can help your home stand out in the sea of cookie cutter houses. My cousin was staying with me recently and I had the urge to redecorate my living room. It's been bothering me for quite some time. It is very plain and generic. I've talked about my old sofas here on the channel and I'm not getting rid of those. I just cover their flaws in a creative way with throw blankets and throw pillows. So this is the before of the living room. We only had one mirror on the wall and the wall was just so big and vast. It was really bothering me. I wanted to cozy up the space. So I did a complete renovation on this living room for, wait for this, under $150. It was about $140 and I went to IKEA. So here is an example of how I mix a big box chain store like IKEA with original touches like our furniture. So the first thing I bought at IKEA was this antique looking rug and it was only $90. Can you believe it? This is an 8x10 rug. It has the edges which look a bit antique, which I like. And I like that it's only $90 because I'm sure the kids are going to ruin it. So I did not want to spend a fortune on a rug. I'm sure something's going to be spilled on it or markers and I won't care because it was not an expensive rug. The second thing I wanted to do in this room was to create a gallery wall. That lone mirror was really bothering me and I want to create a gallery. We have high ceilings and I wanted to capitalize on that. So I actually took paintings from all around our house. These are paintings we already owned and I decided to create a gallery wall. My cousin gave me the great tip to cut out newspaper or paper in the shape of your paintings to decide where you want to hang them, which is what I did. Only artwork that I did purchase was this piece right here. And this is a poster from IKEA. It was only $6.99. It actually came with two others. And the frame itself was only $20. So I added that picture there to complete the puzzle for the gallery wall. And the final thing I purchased was this plant right here. And this is a beautiful palm. I love adding palms and exotic plants to the room, orchids, things like that. to make the room just more beautiful and exotic. And I also purchased the basket. So those things together came out to about $140, and the entire living room is transformed. So I moved the mirror above the mantelpiece, and it works so much better there. I'm decorating with a faux orchid pot, beautiful books, and the throw blankets and pillows and everything. So I am so thrilled with how this room turned out. And this is an example of how you can turn a generic room into a beautiful custom place. And I don't feel like I'm in a Tract home. Final note, many of you saw my kitchen renovation. We went from having a very generic kitchen that was not attractive to me. I really didn't like our old kitchen. And we customized our kitchen on a budget. We refaced the cabinets and gave them new doors and had them painted blue. We did brass knobs. It's all of these unique touches, right? I think we are the only person on the street to have this type of kitchen that makes your home special and custom and unique. And if you wanted to see that kitchen transformation, I can leave it linked down below. That's a whole video unto itself. So those are my thoughts on how you can make a Tract home chic and how we live in ours and make it a space that we love and thrive in and feel like we're living beautifully in. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Leave your comments down below. I love to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you next time on The Daily Connoisseur. Bye.